Yo, Punk, Black Tiger, Mike, Axel. I have no idea how long this is supposed to take. But we're gonna try it. This is the paper parable. If if you know what it's based on, then you probably know what to expect. But if you don't know what it's based on, I will leave that to be discovered. I have no idea how long this is supposed to take. So this could take a while. It could be pretty short, and then I'll do like rando or something, but we'll find out. I have no knowledge of, other than like what it's based on, no knowledge of how this is gonna go. So no, it didn't. I looked at it before starting, so I saw what is past the title screen. Mario. So I don't know, we'll see. We could be here for a couple hours, we could be here for 30 minutes. I have no idea how long this is actually supposed to take. But it is very dialogue driven, I guess. I don't know if I have the voice to like perfectly read these lines, but we'll see. A bedtime story. Alright. This is the story of a man named Mario. Mario was a plumber in the Mushroom Kingdom, where he was known as the hero of the land. A hero's job was simple. He jumped on platforms and hit evildoers with his hammer. Every day, letters would come from Princess Peach telling him where to jump and whom to hammer. This is what Mario did every day of every month of every year, and while others may have considered it soul-rending, Mario relished every morning that the letters arrived, as though he had been made exactly for this purpose. And Mario was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Mario. He had been waiting at his house all day, and not a single letter had come from the princess. There was no sign that she had been kidnapped, or traveled to another land, or even invited him round for cake. Never in all his years in the Mushroom Kingdom had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Mario found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his chair and made the long walk to the castle. Chapter 1, The Paper Parable. I have no idea if there's actually multiple chapters. Okay. Arriving at the castle, Mario found the front door unlocked, but there wasn't a sign of life anywhere. Yo, Nix. Deeply concerned, Mario decided to press on. Surely an explanation waited deeper inside. Alright, so this is the game. Okay, I can't jump on these. I'm gonna save. I'm playing on console like normal. Wait, did that say something? Eh. So, I don't think there's really any crashes. This is a very simple ROM hack in terms of like what it does. Like, it doesn't do anything crazy. I don't even know if there's combat in this. So, ever feel like you're going in circles, walking the same path again and again and again? It's over here. Oh, this is where I came from. It's so weird having like an actual slope. When Mario came to a set of 2 open doors, he went through the door on his left. See, this is a choice. What if I go through the door on my right? Despite the clear drama and urgency of the situation, Mario decided to take a detour. Perhaps he decided to visit the kitchen, where he would grab a quick snack, then get right back on track. This is honestly more on the nose than I expected, but that's fine. Yet upon entering the kitchen, Mario found not a person nor a crumb of food in sight. It was as though a ravenous beast had swept through and devoured every available morsel. More determined than ever to solve this mystery, Mario took the stairs immediately to his left to get back to the story. Oh, I can get it right, yo. Alright. Fuck the story. This might require multiple playthroughs. Was this truly Mario, the world-famous hero, or an ungrateful oaf wearing his clothes? Either way, he was now deliberately walking away from a story that had been prepared especially for him. What might one think of such a person, Can you understand that it might draw some ire? Alright, let's try something. Perhaps we'll both find it illuminating. When Mario entered the elevator, he pushed the button that led up to the treasure room. Yo, Murby. I only have the one button. Please choose a floor. Oh, what about the dungeon? Right, I see how it is. You don't want to engage with my story at all, no matter what I do. Are you being a contrarian for its own sake, or do you have a problem with me? You know what? There's one thing I haven't tried, and I think perhaps you're finally ready for it. Come down to the end of the hall. I'll wait for you there. This came out like a month ago. I don't remember seeing anything about it until F3, where they had a trailer, so here we are. Here we are, in a manner of speaking. You know, don't you, that you're a rat in a maze. Whether you beeline for the cheese or not, every choice leads you back to the beginning. You want what all trapped creatures want, a way out. I can give you that, if you're ready to face it. This is the choice I offer. If you eat the blue mushroom, the dream continues. You wake up at the start of the maze and believe whatever you want to believe. If you eat the red mushroom, the dream ends. The walls come down and we'll see how far you can run on your own. Choose carefully. Walls do more than keep people in. Well done, Mario. I'm proud of you. Now, after all this time, it's time for us to meet. Okay. We did it. You don't recognize me, do you? I understand. I barely recognize myself anymore. By the time we realized what Bowser had done, it was too late for any of us. The dark lotus he awakened had spread its vines across the kingdom, plunging us into a world of nightmares. I was only able to keep you safe by trapping you in a dream of my own. A lonely dream, but one where you could be happy. But if you're not happy anymore, then it's time to leave. I can't promise that anyone will be waiting for you when you wake up. I might not exist outside this dream anymore. You'll be entering another lonely world, a world ruled by the Dark Lotus, but at least you'll finally be free. The mushroom you ate will take effect soon, then you'll be gone. Goodbye, Mario. It was fun getting to tell stories with you, wasn't it? You didn't think you'd found the true ending so easily, did you? Honestly, it was all a dream? Is that the kind of drivel that gets people excited these days? No, I'm afraid the truth is that Mario is as awake as he's ever been. For all that's worth. I had a perfectly good ending lined up for him too, if only he'd listened to my instructions. He was going to defeat the Dark Lotus, the world would be saved, and all would be well. What made that dark and depressing ending any better than my happy one? Did it feel more real? Why? Because it was sad? If you prefer the lie of an unhappy story to the equally valid truth of a happy one, well, I don't know what to tell you. Well, there's no accounting for taste. Tell you what, let's restart. And this time, let Mario follow his own heart, and maybe give a happier ending a chance. What do you say? Okay. Mario had never seen the castle so empty. He shivered and peed a little, then bravely pressed on. Alright. This looks different. Yeah, this is different. When Mario came to a set of 2 open doors, he went through the door on his left. Okay. If you insist. Continuing deeper into the castle, Mario came across a puzzle, intended to keep out intruders. Fortunately, clever Mario quickly worked out the solution. He would hammer the switch once to pick up the castle key, then twice more to leave through the door on the right. But Mario couldn't do it. Even though the path had been laid out right in front of him, he just couldn't follow simple directions. Evidently, he had no real interest in tracking down the princess, or he would have tried just the slightest bit harder. So what does interest Mario? Well, fittingly, he seems to have ended up in a darling library. Perhaps he could be convinced to select a book from the shelves and bring it to the chair in the middle of the room to read. Personally, I think that what he selects will prove most enlightening. Pick up a children's book? What are the other options? Science fiction. Romance. Teen fantasy novel. Biology. Superhero comic book. Video game manual. A horror novel. I'm gonna go with the teen fantasy novel. Mario takes a seat. The crowd is hushed with anticipation. What will he read? A novel for teenagers? Well, you may as well find out what the kids these days are into. In this story, our protagonist, Special T, is torn between a group of vampires and a group of werewolves. All the while unable to tell either side that she is, herself, a vampire werewolf. Honestly, what drivel. Wait, what's this? A hideous beast is about to gobble our protagonist up. She doesn't stand a chance. Quickly, Mario, you have to do something. The power of imagination is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Now I want a good, clean fight, you two. Mario, you're up. Show the miscreant what for. Oh. Splendid hit! But look out, Mario, here it comes! Oh. I tried to jump. Maybe I was supposed to move? I don't know. Okay. How disappointing. I really thought you had it in you. I suppose the lesson we've learned is that you're no good at the reins of a story. You're rubbish, in fact. So why not just sit back, relax, and let me do the heavy lifting this time? We may just end up somewhere you'd prefer. Food for thought, at least. Now. Mario found the front door unlocked, but there wasn't a sign of life anywhere. Deeply concerned, Mario decided to press on. Had that coming, I guess. Okay, it's this room again. Mario came to a set of 2 doors. He went through the door on his left. Uh-huh. Alright, let's hit the switch and do that stuff. Hammer the switch once to pick up the castle key, then twice more to leave through the door on the right. Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't have to hammer it to get the key, but... Okay. As he approached the throne room, Mario's senses were assaulted by an indescribable noise, an ascent that defied comprehension. All he had to do was put the key in the lock, and the source of this dreadful mystery would at last be revealed. Okay. Yo, Vicky. LZS? I don't think there's any... Well... I could try in, like, a spot or two, but I doubt it would work. It would, like, do anything. Ahead of Mario lay the cause of the disappearances, the monstrous Dark Lotus sprawled in a pool of its own filth. It had consumed every last occupant of the castle, and knowing this, a righteous fire filled Mario. By striking the Dark Lotus with his hammer, he would avenge the princess and restore peace to the Mushroom Kingdom. I can just go through the door though, right? What if I sit on the throne? It won't let me. Mario? The story was back in the throne room. You were inches away from getting a happy ending. There's nothing back here because you were never intended to come here. Are you sure? Let's go, Vicky. I'm glad you enjoyed. Hope you're doing well also. Well, you're the protagonist. Where you go is where the story goes, I suppose. Oh. Interesting. Slow down, Mario, slow down. I can only generate maps so quickly, you know. There's a lot to consider if you want a worthwhile experience. Holding in there. I'm glad to hear at least that part. Definitely understand. Oh, now look what you made me do. That's a shoddily applied texture if I've ever seen one. This really isn't sustainable. Why couldn't you have just taken the good ending when you had the chance? Yo, what's... Oh, would you look at that? The Dark Lotus back in the throne room was, a fake. The real Dark Lotus was here all along. You were very clever to have found it. How about you give it a whack and we'll put all this behind us? Alright, that's enough of this. I'm not going to just endlessly churn out corridors if you're not going to engage with the story. From now on, if you want to keep exploring, you're going to have to do it without my help. This mod is called the Paper Parable. I think that's, if you know where it's, the references where it's from, then that probably explains enough. And if you don't, it's going to be a trip. And so Mario wandered on. No familiar setting, no guiding story, just himself in the lonely void. I wonder what he found out there. Possibly he made something of himself, told a story of his own. Possibly he was content simply walking on forevermore. Who can say? All we can do is hope that wherever he is now, Mario is happy. We did it. Castle's normally bustling front hall was completely empty. Where was everyone? Royal guards, the visiting dignitaries. What about the princess herself? Mario would soon find out. So that's what, 3 endings so far? I don't know, I've seen this room before. Again, I have no idea how long it's gonna take to, like, see everything, or at least most things in this. Mario came to a set of 2 open doors. He went through the door on his left. Alright, let's actually hit the flower this time. I will actually hit the flower and see what happens. As he approached the throne room, yep. Alright, Dark Lotus. Ahead of Mario lay the cause of the disappearances, the monstrous Dark Lotus. Ow. Success! As the Dark Lotus wilted away, Mario felt life returning to the castle. Like waking up from a horrible dream, Mario tasted free air. All thanks to his brave actions and decisions, the day was saved. He had done it all without the aid of a single person telling him where to go or what to do. And as the princess herself stepped down forth from the decomposing bulk, Mario smiled. Soon, he knew, life would return to the way it always was, the way it was meant to be. And Mario was happy. Okay. Simple. How does this change the castle? If at all. The castle was silent. The castle was empty. The castle was a worm-eaten fruit, and Mario nothing but an encroaching fly. Also, I just noticed that the stars are appearing on the pedestals when I get endings. So I guess I just need to fill all of the pedestals. Let's go to the right again. This room is just backwards. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. Okay. When Mario came to a set of 2 doors, he went through the door on his left. Now, let's go back over here again. Despite the clear drama and urgency of the situation, Mario took a detour. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing. Okay. I'm pretty sure there was a star for that one, but I wasn't keeping track. Upon entering the kitchen, Mario found out not a person nor a crumb of food in sight. Okay, what if we go up the stairs? Is this just gonna... There's 2 doors there. Oh my god. Continuing deeper into the castle, Mario came across a puzzle intended to keep out intruders. Fortunately, clever Mario quickly worked out the solution. He would hammer the switch once to pick up the castle key, then twice more. Oh, it's this one. Someone put way too much thought into this. It's definitely very interesting. Okay, let's go back to the books. Yeah. So I was reading this one before. What if I read superhero comic book? I assume I'm gonna have to do like the same kind of fight. Mario takes a seat. The crowd is hushed with anticipation. What will he read? A comic about superheroes. Everyday life for you, I expect. Our hero, Flight T, must defeat the creations of his nemesis, Chaos Koopa, all while keeping his true identity a secret. Today, he's facing down some sort of hideous pig monster. Where do the writers get these strange ideas? What's this? The monster has him trapped. He's going to be eaten. How horrible. Yeah, I wonder if there's like anything you can do. I honestly can't imagine there's really any glitches in this worth going for. All right, hit the pig. A splendid hit, but look out, Mario, here it comes. Can I like move to the side? Okay. I don't know what I was supposed to hit there, or maybe I'm supposed to time a block. I don't know. That's what I'm not sure about yet. Interesting. Okay. So back in the kitchen, let's go through the door. Wait, what is this room? Ever feel like you're going in circles, walking the same path again and again and again? Went through the door on his left. Uh-huh. Okay, there's a door at the top of the stairs that I ignored. Believe people when they say who they are, right? Yes? Only one who has discovered at least 5 bad endings may enter. I see. Interesting. Was this truly Mario, the world-famous hero, or an ungrateful oaf? Alright, let's go up to the treasure room this time. I forgot there was a choice here, too. Alright, hold on, timeout. I think I've cottoned on to what's going on here. You're hunting for secrets, aren't you? You're deliberately putting off progressing the story to see what else you can dig up. Well, I'm sorry to burst your balloon, but this story doesn't have any hidden bonus content. By straying off the path, you're only leading yourself further away from the actual content. But I can understand that itch, that need to know what you've completely explored every inch of a game. So just for you, I've prepared this special little area where you can collect all the secrets this game has to offer. Go on, hit some blocks, make some memories, get it all out of your system. I'll wait here. And go! Yo? Mushrooms, you got an item. They're utterly without use in this game, but you got one anyway. How fantastic! What's in the chest? Mushroom! Let's go! I'm getting rewarded! More than enough of that. Remember, this is a role-playing game, and you're playing as Mario. So when you make this next choice, I want you to ask yourself, what would Mario do right now? Just remember that, and this should be simple, alright? Good now. The red door leads back to the story where you can save the princess and be a hero. The yellow door, meanwhile, leads to certain death. Remember, you're Mario. What would he choose? Nice mushroom risotto. Without using the normal game, true. Take me, sweet death. Oh dear, you didn't think that I was joking, did you? About the certain death thing. Well, I'm afraid that this is no joking matter. You've reached one of this game's bad endings. But perhaps to you, this is some kind of victory. Seeing new content, even if that content is a viscerally unpleasant experience. Well, if this is what constitutes a satisfying ending to you, then I hope you enjoy every bone-crunching second of it. Farewell, old friend. Well, if you ask me, and I'm very much of the opinion that you should, that wasn't a satisfying story at all. I'm beginning to think that the critical problem we're facing here is a disinterested and frankly uninteresting protagonist. Let's go back, all the way back. This is the story of a man named Luigi. Luigi was a plumber in the Mushroom Kingdom where he was known as the hero of the land. A hero's job was simple. He jumped on platforms and hit evildoers with his hammer. Is someone there? No, shut up. You don't talk. As I was saying, every day letters would come from Princess Peach telling him where, hello, strange talking voice, where are you? And who are you talking to? Every day? Hey, there's no need to shout, okay? Are you invisible or hiding somewhere? You can come out, I don't bite. Oh, for heavens, you know, I really can't remember why I thought this was a good idea. For all his faults, your brother was a much better subject for the story. Well, one shouldn't fix what isn't broken. Restart. Wait, what? What story? What have you done with Mario? What's happening? Was someone there? Mario heard not a sound, yet something at the back of his mind told him that he was being watched. Okay. Oh, isn't that a bad ending? We got to see Luigi. Alright, that's 4 endings. Yo, scrambled. Ain't nothing like a good book. When Mario came to a set of 2 open doors. Alright, let's go back down to the dungeon. Because there were at least 2 mushrooms to pick from at the end. Down there. Back out of the castle at the start. I can try that. I didn't think to try walking out the door. Oh, there was also 2 doors in the treasure room. I wonder if that's worth trying. Or if that just takes you back to the main path. Yeah, I've already seen that text. Alright, we're gonna take the blue mushroom. Eat the blue mushroom, the dream continues. You wake up at the start of the maze and believe whatever you want to believe. Oh, okay. So that's probably not very interesting. Oh, Mario, you are so predictable. Ah, good, you're awake. Welcome to your new home. I thought about continuing it to let you run around and enjoy my story, but what would be the point? You've shown nothing but contempt for it, and me so far, and in the end, you're only harming yourself. You see, Mario, when someone dangles a plot hook in front of you and you smugly refuse to bite, you're not being clever. You're not getting one over on the developer, you're just allowing the foresight to waste your own time. I bet you sided with the Shadow Queen at the end of the 1,000-Year Door, didn't you? Did it give you a chuckle? And was watching all those cutscenes a second time worth it? No? Well, you've proved my point. And it's the same deal here. You didn't want to play ball, so I'm gonna waste your time until you give up. You side with the Shadow Queen. Oh, what's this? An escape route? Something the developer didn't foresee? Please, as if I didn't design every inch of this place well in advance with you in mind. Sorry, Mario, but this spit of black rock is all you're getting. And it seems to be quite a drop to the bottom. So, carrying on in the vein we've been going in, I'd like to leave you with one last piece of narration. When Mario came to the cliff's edge, he didn't jump to his death. Goodbye, Mario. Predictable. Yo, Obi-Wan. Alright, that's 5 stars. Alright. Mario found the front door unlocked, but there wasn't a sign of life anywhere. Alright, so that's 5 stars. I should be able to go through the 5-star door now. I still haven't figured out the library thing. It was made as we moved. Didn't even design the endless hallway. Couldn't keep up with Mario's speed. SMH. All right, let's go through the 5-star door. Beware, beware, extreme danger lies ahead. You have stumbled across the Paper Parable's very own pit of 100 trials. No combat fills these catacombs. No great treasure waits at the bottom of this pit. You will face only yourself and your determination to succeed. Floor 1. Aha! I see you've decided to take on the Paper Parable's most grueling challenge. Well, don't let me stop you. I'll be cheering you on every step of the way. In fact, I'll be helping you by singing a jaunty song that you don't dare skip for fear of missing out on unique dialogue. And a 1 and a 2, 99 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 99 tasty mushrooms, take one down, 98 mushrooms on the wall. "98 tasty mushrooms on the wall." Oh no. 97 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 97 tasty mushrooms. Gotta sing in tune. I don't know if I can do that for the whole pack. 96 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 95 tasty mushrooms on the wall. The pit of 100 trials. "93 tasty mushrooms on the wall." 92 tasty mushrooms on the wall. Oh man. Is there gonna be something every 10 floors? Because that would make sense. Like a treasure room, right? Some kind. Oh, you can take the pipe back up. Say, it looks like a new pipe has appeared. A way to escape early. I wonder if they'll appear every 10 floors. Well, if you ever get tired of this, just know that there's always a way out waiting for you. Why would I leave early? 89 tasty mushrooms. Decided to play Paper Mario, and this is what they experienced when they did. Oh my god. Like, I'm so curious if there's gonna be a single line of this song that is actually, like, different. I can't imagine there actually is, but I have to check, right? Getting to floor 2 and it's soft blocks. This isn't Black Pit, okay? Hoping for a wirey play. Getting bored yet? Yo. 80 tasty mushrooms on the wall. I mean, we're on floor 21 now. There was a different line of dialogue there on floor 19. At least it's just straight down right. Between the pipes. God, imagine leaving early. There's probably something for leaving early, though. Probably like some line of dialogue. It's raining men. I can't do that song, though. Yo, 69 tasty mushrooms on the wall. Nice. Damn, that there wasn't special dialogue for 69 tasty mushrooms. That's crazy. Missed opportunity. Maybe on the 69th floor there will be something on the sign. Look out! A bug! Oh, my mistake. There was nothing there at all. Mm-hmm. Do. If it resets to 1, it resets to 100 when you get to 1. Leave because... there's gonna be something at the bottom of the pit, surely. Surely there's an ending down here, right? 60 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 59. 58. 57. I'm gonna read the sign on floor 69. 56. Oh, I hate to bother you while you're down there, but could you do something for me? The last time I was in the pit, I came out without my wallet. Could you look for it? I think I dropped it around floor 70. Ta-ta! Yo, Grandpa. We're in the pit of 100 trials, currently. Do. This is floor 50. We're halfway through the pit of 100 trials. Well, hey, you've made it halfway down the pit. That's half of an accomplishment right there. I hope you're not thinking about giving up. Halfway there. Do. Ha! I'm sorry, it's just... You're still here. Still descending. And you don't even know why, do you? Do. This has been more entertaining than I thought it would be. But I also like... Ponytail's British cousin. Floor 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. There were a lot of donations from communities. It was very good. The end is never the end. It was a very funny run. 33. Floor 68. Here it is. There's got to be something on this floor, right? Floor 69. Wow! Nothing! Nothing on floor 69? Cringe. Oh, this is floor 70. I wonder if his wallet is actually down here. Somewhere. Empty wallet. A wallet the narrator dropped. Bring it to the start of the game. Okay. Do you believe that stories have power, Mario? That the tales we tell echo throughout eternity in ways our real lives never could? And if you don't believe, well, how do you explain your presence here? Do. Do. Mushrooms aren't tasty? That's crazy. Do. Wait, what? He just didn't say anything on this floor. $15. Okay. That threw me off. Floor 84 bugger. We're going to the bottom. This floor like 9, yeah, floor 91. We're almost there. Do. Do. The lotus. It is said that those who ate the lotus tree would forget their pasts, their loved ones, their lives before the lotus. All they desired was to circle back and sleep apathetically in the shadow of the lotus. Makes you think, doesn't it? Zero tasty mushrooms on the wall? You did it! It got done! I wonder if it was worth it. Floor 100. Credits, myself, 9, aka Nonagon. I made this. Credits, Ponderman for moral support. Credits, Davey Redden for the Stanley Parable. Credits, Blook, Den, Vinny, and playtesting. The PM modding Discord. You for making it this far. Thanks for playing. Did you find the true ending? All right. So that's where the credits are. What if I go this way? Let's just go up to the library again real quick. Game manual. Mario takes a seat. The crowd is hushed with anticipation. Will he read? Now we're talking. It's a walkthrough for a game called The Paper Parable. How exciting. This will surely help us get back on track and ensure we get a good ending. Let's see. We went left at the crossroads, left again at the stairs. Aha! It says right here that in order to proceed, Mario must defeat a horrible pig monster. Well, you know what to do. Up and at him. Hop to it. You know, I was thinking I could just, like, leave. I can't walk behind the pig. Oh, can I go, like, back here or something? Splendid hit. I tried to block it. I don't know if there's actually like a block time in there. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that one. The pig is the weird one to me. Well, I have the wallet. Right, I still have the wallet. Probably. Oh, thank you for bringing me my wallet. I'm touched that you remembered to do that. Sadly, this has had no effect on Mario's predicament, a predicament that is only getting more peculiar. But just as soon as he'd entered, Mario's characteristic cowardliness kicked in. No one had told him to come, after all. He probably wasn't wanted. He would never know whether he might have been better off staying, exploring, and possibly saving the day. Oh well, so long, Mario. See you next adventure. Okay, so that's what happens if you just leave through the front door. Where was everyone? Okay, so what have I not... There's 3 endings left. What have I not done? No, I just did the 5 bad ending door. That was the pit of 100 trials. The lotus in the hallway. Yeah, if I go back in that direction. What if I enter the room without the key? Because the loading zones disappear. I don't have the key. But you don't have the key. How could this have happened? My instructions were very clear, I'm sure of it. Where will you go now? Well, you can't very well go back. Imagine that, a story looping back on itself like that. Absurd. No, no, no. The only way to go is forward, and when you can't find a path, you make a path. Just like that, a good storyteller always knows how to adapt to any audience. Even the ones who aren't especially good at following directions. Onward, Mario, let's see where the story takes us. Do you know, I've never been in this part of the castle before. This will be an adventure for both of us. Hi-ho, Mario, nothing can stop us now. Oh, but what is this? A split in the path. There is a decision to be made here. Left, right, or straight as the arrow flies. Any could potentially lead to something never before seen by mortal eyes. Let's go. Left? No. Right? No. We must make sure that we make the optimal choice to get the most out of this story. If only I had some sort of guiding voice telling me where to go and what to do to get most out of the story of my life. But we can't speculate on such things, Mario. I leave this choice entirely within your capable hands. I can't, like, see ahead at all. Let's go left. Ah. Oh, what luck, a hidden treasure. It appears the end of our story is at hand. Like any good ending, it should tie together everything we've experienced thus far, helping us to make sense of the world we live in. will be enriched, informed, and overall better people for having taken on this quest. Oh, I can't bear the excitement. Open it, Mario. Open it. What if I just... Curious. Mushroom. Well, I'm sure that this must make some sense to someone. What kind of lunatic would stash a worthless mushroom in a treasure chest in some forgotten corner of the castle? Is it me? Did I put this here? Only to forget about it? I don't see how that makes any sense at all. On the whole, this has been a massive disappointment. So much for venturing off into the unknown. Yes, I'd say that if someone lays a well-trodden path in front of you, there's usually a jolly good reason no one's strayed from it. Oh, sod this for a pack of biscuits. My story was better than this scurrying about in the dark. I'll give you one more chance to make amends, and wipe your feet before coming into the castle this time. Okay, that was an ending. Was someone there? Mario heard not a sound. Is there a pause menu? No. None of the menus do anything. None of the menu buttons, rather. Okay, there's 2 more endings. And then I guess maybe the true ending. I think I did everything on the right. There might be more to the dungeon area. Oh no, there was the treasure. I never went through the red door in the was it the red door in the treasure room? Yo, Lopez. Yeah, no Speedy. There's another door in the treasure room that I can go to. Ah. Yeah, left in the treasure room. All right. That's more than enough of that. Role-playing game. Okay. What would Mario do? What would Mario do? The red door leads back to the story where you can save the princess and be a hero. Okay, this is the one where I was like, surely this is... Oh? It's this room. But I don't have the key. All right. Now, perhaps this is more what you were looking for, hmm? A hidden challenge. Well, then, I believe you'll find this pertinent. Upon dropping into the castle sewers, Mario suddenly became cognizant that an enormous tidal wave was nearing from the left. Oh, well, would you look at that? There really was no danger at all. Well, what else did you expect? This isn't the sort of game that you're intended to be able to fail. After all, a failure state is something that's meant to be avoided. A sufficiently skilled player may never see one. You, on the other hand, you've gone out of your way to avoid winning the game, just to see some alternative content. What am I to make of that? How can I motivate a player who doesn't care whether they win or lose? I remember when Mario games had meaningful life systems. When you ran out of lives, all your progress was lost. Maybe that's the ticket. Behold, as I erase all your progress through this game. That'll learn you. Players love the carrot, but the stick gets results. Now off with you, and this time think carefully about how much winning actually means to you. Okay, I only have one left. Is this just the library one that I haven't like, or was one of these the library ending? It's the opposite of deleting all progress. There was the endless hallway also that the Lotus spawned in. All right. What if I jump on the switch? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go through here. And ignore the Lotus. The endless hallway. Because at some point they did spawn a Lotus in here to hit. Ow. Success! Dark Lotus wilted from the castle. Okay. Okay, so it's not that. That's the same as doing it in the other room. Must be the library. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure what to... Maybe a certain book. Yeah, I haven't tried all of them, technically. The video game manual is definitely the most interesting one. There's also a horror novel. No, I'm pretty sure in the sewer room, the platform just moved out from under me. But I could try and go back there again. So there's the horror novel, biology textbook. I did both of those. I did that one. Romance novel, science fiction, children's book. I'm gonna do horror novel. Mario takes a seat. The crowd is hushed with anticipation. What will he read? Frightening horror story. Are you sure this won't be too scary for you, Mario? In this story, a mad scientist has created new life from the bodies of the dead. How morbid. Gathers his assistants around as he throws the switch that will bring his creation to life. Egads, it's a monster, and it's going to attack. Quick, Mario. You have to do something. Okay. I don't know if there's something I can do for the pig's attack, and there's really nothing else I can do here. Can I hammer during the pig's turn? No. I think that's just death. I feel like that's just death. And then maybe it's one of those stars I've already done. Just like going into the library at all. I just don't know when these started appearing because I wasn't paying attention.
WTF is this? 2 years? That's too long. I gotta remember to not cancel my sub.
Oh, Rocks. Thank you for 2 years of tier 1. Don't do that. Okay, let's go back to the sewers and see if there's something there. Oh, that was through the treasure room too. That's a pretty long path to get to. The fact it's so far out makes me think it's not this. Like, there's so many rooms you have to go through to get to the sewers. Is my thought process. True ending, Void Luigi. Keyless chest. Yeah, I'm not sure. Intended ending, right? Oh. Okay, so we've already done this. Yeah, let's try and think through which ones we've done. Because the first one I did was the red mushroom. Red and blue mushroom are two different endings also. The void. It's 8. So one of them doesn't count. I think leaving didn't count or something. Right? I feel like it has to be the library then, right? That's the only one that makes sense. I just don't know what to do. Or intended. Yeah, it might be intended also, but... I could see intended not counting. If it's only supposed to count, like, quote, bad endings, right? Don't look up. Okay. Don't sit with a book. Yeah, I'll try and sit in the chair without a book. Although I don't know if it's gonna let me. Mario doesn't have a book. He should pick one up from the shelves around him. Okay. I mean, I've read most of them. I don't think, like, a different book is going to matter. Mario takes a seat. The crowd is hushed with anticipation. A romance novel. I hope it's a nice, steamy one. Oh, the window in the back, maybe. I don't think I can jump on the table, though. Pretty young bachelorette. Floor T is taking a walk with her beau inside a majestic lake. Will they kiss? Will he propose? I don't know about you, but the tension is killing me. Wait, what's this? Something is emerging from the lake. Egads, it's hideous. And it's going to attack. Okay, I'm pretty sure that, like, there's nothing I can do. I wonder if I can spin. Biology textbook, honestly? Yeah, none of my buttons do anything there. I can't jump, I can't, unless it's like guard timing that I just don't get. But I don't think it's that. Alright, let's go back to the library. It's so weird. How to connect their wife to their Nissan. Wi-Fi. Ah. Mario? There's nothing out there. Are you sure that's the way you want to go? Yo, is Vicky a genius? I think Vicky's a genius. Well, this is certainly a predicament we've found ourselves in, isn't it? Though perhaps you don't see it that way. After all, no one tells the great Mario what to do. Yes, well done, Mario. You certainly got one over on me by plummeting to your death. You're very powerful. Oh, it's hopeless. No, I'm not going to sit here and watch you explode against the rocks below. Time to restart. I don't think that was an ending. Mario, listen to me. We don't have much time. I've subdued your captor for now, but I don't know how long it will last. There's a secret exit hidden inside the castle. Follow my voice and I'll lead you to it. Yo? It was library, but not a book. Yes. Not far, just follow this path. No, wait. I was looking at the wrong map. It's actually this way. Vicky did a good. True. The window was the answer the whole time. A dead end? That can't be right. Try going back the way you came. Okay, I've definitely got it now. Just jump down here and you'll be home free. Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest. This place looks nothing like my map of the castle. I'm gonna get some help, okay? Just, wait right there. Don't move. I'll be back. I promise. The castle's... Oh, there's a switch in the middle now. I guess that was an ending. So getting trapped in the lava was the ending to that. Oh, Mario, you didn't just activate that switch, did you? I can appreciate wanting to get more out of a story, but I don't think you quite understand the gravity of your situation. Still, if this is the path you've chosen for yourself, who am I to stop you? Feast your eyes, Mario. For being such a willfully disobedient subject, I've prepared a special final challenge for you. Solve this if you can, and earn your true ending. What? Oh, okay. Yo, Star. Okay. I don't know what way this is supposed to go. Oh, dearie, dearie me. All that buildup just to fail at the final hurdle. Seems we'll be spending a lot of more time together, won't we? It got faster, yeah. I don't know what direction that last one is supposed to, like, end on, though. Alright, let's go back down there. Yo, Mario Man. Obviously, it points up. Maybe. It is the castle star. I guess it does point up. Okay, now I'm confused. See, now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Please try again another time. Each face twice, maybe? Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to figure out the solution to this. I just keep doing Peach. Hmm. Sounds like goals. I mean, I guess I could just like walk up the stairs, but that's not really. I just thought to hit the stars. I have no idea what that did. If anything. Wait. Yeah, the lava's rising. Yeah, I just don't know how I'm supposed to figure it out. Like, how I'm supposed to figure out what to do. Is, I guess, the issue. What was this? Wait. I missed that last line. Camera's a little weird here. Where did he go? He can't survive out there on his own. He needs me. I'm his sense of direction, his sense of right and wrong, his determination. A person can't live a satisfying life without any of those things, can they? They say life is a story that doesn't have a proper ending. Without a destination, you have to make the journey count. I don't know if Mario is cut out for that. He needs an ending as much as he needs his journey to start somewhere. Perhaps we're the lucky ones. As we've learned, a story can be a cage. We'll be reunited soon, I'm sure. Maybe not in this castle. Maybe I won't speak in this voice. But we're inseparable, him and I. It's only a matter of time now. Yes, very soon. Very, very soon. Here it comes. True ending. See, I don't necessarily want to hit the switch again. What's up here? Is this just all stuff I've already done? Keep going to the throne room, was what the sign said. I mean, this was just me following the sign that I read. See, now I'm curious if there's like more, but it kind of just ended, so I guess that's probably it. Like, I feel like that was the end, but I don't know for sure. It just seems like it was. So I guess there we go. It's kind of like a weird spot to just end on, but I mean, I don't know, the last like hour and a half or whatever was weird on its own. There was a lot of like weird stuff. It was cool. I don't know. That's kind of like what I expected for the most part. I think we did everything. I think. So, yeah. If you watched it on YouTube, because this is obviously going to go up on YouTube, why wouldn't it? You should subscribe to YouTube. And thanks, bot, for not posting responses in chat. Coin sanity rando. I mean, I'm gonna do something. After I finish whatever I'm doing. Chilling? I don't know. Yeah, YouTube thing. And the Discord thing, and follow on Twitch. Aha. Anyway. Goodbye, YouTube. I think that's the end of this mod. Yeah. Peace.